Ha, ha, ha. Hello, what is up? I will be sculpting this freaky dude on the right. Yeah, I wanted to sculpt something cyberpunk-ish, and then I saw this on Pinterest. And I thought, why not? Also, I wanted to challenge myself a bit using a single angled or a single, I don't know, whatever, single planed reference. So I thought, why not sculpt a cyberpunkish, bad looking, badass Asian dude? Yeah, I'm excited to do his glasses, and I'm also excited to do these cyber lines ish, though I will exaggerate a bit more than what is in the reference. I think I might add a few more lines than what I can see here. And yes, we'll see. We'll see. I want to feel like the crazy scientist who experiments on human beings and turns them into cyborgs. It is a fun reference. It is a very fun reference. So why not? And we have our first hello. Hello, Lorindo Games. What is up, man? How are you doing today? How was your weekend going? Also, I don't know why, but OBS does this glitch sometimes where the chat just does not load. And then all of a sudden, within a few seconds, every message will load all together. Also, I used to have the chat setting on my OBS before this, but now I don't know why it's no longer there. I updated OBS and since then it is gone. Now I have to open YouTube Studio just to see the chat. Yeah, I might have to ask ChatGPT. There's a better way to do this. I've subscribed to a channel from Portugal. I'm also a 3D character modeling artist. That is great, man. Have you been working in games? Do you make characters for games? I think so, looking at your channel name. AK Salam, brother. Walaikum Assalam. How are you? Where are you from, man? It's always refreshing to read a salam amongst all the hellos and highs. Islam. Oh, wow. You're from Pakistan. Nice. Happy to have you on the channel, man. I think I have very few Pakistani subscribers. A handful. The last time I checked my analytics, majority of my audience is from the United States. Then it was a European country, I forgot which one, and then it was India. आर्यन की स्ट्रीम से आपको ढूंढा था। स्ट्रीम से कैसे? Hey, I'm gonna struggling with mouth and eyes. Eyelids are a pain in the ass without deforming the face structure. Do you consider practicing on high res spheres optimal before trying it on heads? No, bro, definitely not. Practicing on a sphere is not the same as practicing on a head, and you should definitely try practicing it on a head only. Because if you can nail it on a head, you can nail it on a sphere. when you're sculpting a head, you need to make sure that the eyes, they have a round form, and especially the mouth, you need to make sure that it has a round form as well. So if you're struggling with this, bro, just go to the link in the description. There's going to be a free 30-day head sculpting challenge, and inside that 30-day head sculpting challenge, I will teach you how to make a face, and we will cover the eyes, the eyelids, and the mouth specifically. So yeah, that would help you out a lot. Deliberate practice is the best way. I think I pushed this way too far. Yeah, this looks better. We'll check it out. Thank you. Of course, man. I can show you a bit if you like. So if you go to the link in the description, you will be added to this community. And inside here, if you go to the classroom section, we have the 1 month sculpting challenge. Inside the 1 month sculpting challenge, I will give you source files, a welcome video, which is the instructions. The source file is basically 3D models. And then, yeah, here we will start off with the skull. I will give you all of the 3D models as well, so that you can reference them, you can spin them around in your viewport. This is the best way to study, by the way. It is so much better than having a 2D reference. A 3D reference is the best thing to study. Because when you have a 3D reference, you can rotate it. You can see the shape of the eyes from the bottom, from the top, from any angle that you like. Yeah, it's a great way of learning. And after the skull, we proceed with the face. After the face, we start sculpting the ears, all on the model, okay, not on a separate one. Sculpt the ears, nose, mouth, eyes, and at the end, you will have one of your result will be here, and I will pin you here. So you can see the kind of results that members have been getting within 15 days, 24 days, 25 days, 20 days, 22 days. Yeah, it's going to be a great learning experience. The sphere method, it works, bro, and the reason that a sphere method works, so if I was to show you, if we have a sphere here, okay, and if you try sculpting the mouth on this, it is so easy, bro. You just use the crease brush, you just crease the middle like this, you crease the upper part like this, you crease the lower part, you might use a draw brush, pull this, push it a bit here. And yeah, so just with this, you already have a bit of a decent looking mouth. And the reason that this works is because this is a round surface and the mouth wraps around it easily. So it's very easy to sculpt a mouth on this. The same thing if you do it on your model, on your sculpt, if you make the surface round, if you prepare the surface for the mouth, it's going to be easier to sculpt it over here as well. So what happens is people, they practice on spheres and then they struggle on the face because sphere is already round. But when they're making the sculpt, they do not prepare this. They do not prepare the surface on which they're about to make the mouth, and hence they struggle. So I just told you why it works on a sphere. It's just because it's already round. Actually, yeah, lol, hadn't considered that way. Yep. It's a cool way for creators to make a tutorial. Yeah, here's a sphere, bro. Just make this, crease this, and boom, voila, you have a mouth. And then you thought, wow, such a good creator, bro. He taught me how to make a mouth in 2 minutes. When you try it on the face, it does not work. Then you wonder, bro, that creator was right. Am I stupid or something? Why am I not learning? Been there, bro, done that. This is a good differentiator between a good and a bad instructor. A good instructor gives you the concepts behind why a certain things work. So for example, if I was a good product rendering instructor, all right, I would tell you every reason why this light works, why we are using this value, why are we placing the light this way, why are we texturing it this way. That is a good instructor. If I'm a bad instructor, bro, and I'm teaching you product rendering, I'll show you how to model a product. I'll give you the exact values. I'll tell you, yeah, put the light this way, give this value, give this color, and I'll explain no concept to you. At the end of the day, you're going to have the same result as I do. You're going to feel good about yourself. But when you try things on your own, it's not going to work. Because I just gave you a step by step blueprint which you can copy and paste, but you learned nothing. Yeah, most tutorials nowadays feel like copying what the YouTuber is doing without like, yeah, exactly my point. That is exactly what is happening. Even in sculpting tutorials, bro, a lot of people they're just making cute characters, teaching you how to make stylized sculpts from the get-go by teaching a step-by-step format. But at the end of the day, when you want to make the characters you're passionate about, you've learned nothing. And that is why so many people they just stuck in tutorial hell, where they make something good when they're watching a tutorial, but once the tutorial is over, bro, they suck. They wonder what went wrong. Why can't I sculpt? Bro, I'm always so intimidated to make the eyes. I just adjust things around here and there, but eventually you have to come to it. Okay, let's not delay this any further. All these eyes are going to be covered by these cool looking glasses, but I still want to sculpt them a bit. Oh, did you guys hear that crack? Damn, bro. I have a noise cancellation thing on OBS, but damn, those neck cracks were brutal. Modifiers. Where's the modifier? Mirror modifier. I feel like his eyes are half closed or something. He's sleepy or something. So I'm gonna bring them down a bit. All that's gonna be covered by the sunglasses. But I still feel they are a bit closed. Yep, better. I've seen that some people to create the eyelid just duplicate the eye, scale it up, and then split it in half to later on remesh the head, but kind of feels like cheating. Nothing is cheating when you're sculpting, bro. Nothing is cheating. Everyone has their own workflows. No one is right or wrong. It's just about what works for you or what doesn't. There is no such thing as cheating. It's all about getting a result. Getting the result. It doesn't matter how you get it. But you could be cheating yourself. For example, an example of cheating that I can think when you're sculpting is, let's say you want to learn how to make characters, you want to learn the basics and everything, okay, but you're using base meshes to get good results. No, yeah, you can use base meshes if you're in a professional environment. If you're short on time, you have to create something, you have a freelance project or something, yeah, in that case using a base mesh is not cheating at all. It is the smart way to do it. But if you're learning, if you're if you know, bro, that using a base mesh will not help you learn something, then it is cheating. Otherwise, not. Also, the eyelid technique that you're mentioning, it's not a cheat. It's a great way if you want to make stylized eyelids as well. You know what the best thing is? The best thing is you find one creator whose art style you like, who's making the characters, the kind of characters that you want to make. Just learn from them. Just follow their practices. Because the more creators you watch, the more you're going to confuse yourself, because everyone has their own workflow. Everyone's going to say, yeah, my method is the best, bro. But it all depends, bro. It all depends. Some things work better for stylized, some things work better for realistic things. There's no right or wrong. There's only it works and it doesn't. I mean, yeah, but feels like a boring learning how to actually sculpt them in a sense. But yeah, as long as you get the result, that's it. Yup. The thing about eyelids is the same about the mouth. You just need a round surface. So for example, we have a UV sphere here. Eyelids is just pulling this form out. Yeah, sometimes you have a crease over the eyelid, and that's about it. Yeah, Asian faces, they are a bit unique. They don't have the fatty thing above their eyes. They just have a layer of skin, which is so cool. It's sick, bro. It's so cool. I love making Asian eyes. And yeah, if the fat thing is a bit confusing for you, which a lot of beginners find it confusing, I made a specific video about it. Over, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Videos. Yeah, here, this one. How to sculpt the fat above the eye. So this one will show you how to actually make this. I think I have an eye tutorial as well. Yeah, here. But the 30-day head sculpting challenge, that is the best route. That will get you the best result. Let's make a cylinder, not grease. Yep, we'll definitely check it out. Sure thing, man. I'll be looking forward to see your result. Clipping, yes. All right, now is the time to demonstrate my shitty modeling skills. Yeah, my modeling skills in Blender, bro, they suck. I don't like modeling in Blender. I prefer Maya over modeling in Blender. I just use Blender for sculpting purposes only. But I think this is not going to be that bad. Yeah, it's not that difficult here. Yep, not bad. All right. I think we need to add another edge loop here. Yes, to tighten this. How far are we? 40 minutes. Bro, I feel like it's going a bit slower than what I wanted to. Brother, before starting the live stream, post it on YouTube so that we can be ready by that time. Yeah, I have been thinking of doing that. But the issue is that most of my live streams, they're just pretty spontaneous. And what I do is I just make an announcement on my Discord or in my school community. But the thing is, yeah, that is the only purpose I use my Discord now, just to make an announcement for the live stream. If anyone is interested, you can join it and I will notify you whenever I go live. But yes, I will schedule it ahead of time, post it on YouTube maybe an hour ago. Yep, that is something I will definitely do. Thanks for the suggestion, man. What has been your biggest 3D sculpting project so far? And how much did you earn from it? Yeah, being honest, bro, I've been a 3D artist, but I've been working in the mobile game industry. So I've been offering services there, making mobile game characters, characters for VR, characters for AR, character for mobile games, low poly, and sculpting. I only started pursuing it since 2023, the end of 2023. And so far, I've only done one paid commissioned sculpting project. That is it. Other than that, I have done sculpting, but it wasn't the kind of characters that you are seeing me stream right now. They were low poly characters, other characters. So, yep. The most I've been paid for a sculpting project, like the one I'm showing you right now, was 250 just for a head sculpt. And I already had a base mesh. Not a base mesh, but I already had a female sculpt that I sculpted already. And I just had to make a few tweaks to it and send it to them, which was a easy $250. But yeah, all of the rest of my 3D freelance, it has been in mobile games, mobile game assets, mobile game characters. And even the characters I sculpted there, they were like a bit of a not super high poly realistic characters. They were just a crab, a snail. Yeah, they paid better actually. But also it was because I had to make them from scratch. I had to retopper them, I had to UV them, I had to texture them, rig them, animate them. Can you make a YouTube tutorial on how 3D characters are prepared for games? Although that would be a very long project and I cannot promise something that detailed. I have a course on how to retopper and bake things inside Blender. So basically I have separate courses but you can stitch them together. I show you how to sculpt character, high poly character, and then I have a course on how to retopper and prepare it for Blender. It is there in the Blender Sculptor Pro bundle or in the Davinci School. But a YouTube video of that, oh bro, that's gonna be a very long project. And yeah, being honest, bro, I don't want to half-ass anything that I do. I either put my entire heart into it or I don't. And retopology is something that I'm not really passionate about. It's not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I like to do. And the only reason I made a course on it was because I saw the my school members, they were struggling with it. So they were doing it the hard way, the way that, bro, no one should do it. So I made a course just to ease their pain. Otherwise, I would never have made that course. Never. But yeah, I can tell you the process. So the process is you start with a concept, you make a 3D sculpt. Once you make the 3D sculpt, you then retopper over your 3D sculpt. Once you have the retopper, you use that low poly and you put it on the same place as the high poly sculpt that you made, and then you bake the normal maps. So you bake the normal map, you bake the texture map, you bake everything, and then you have a low poly asset which you can now rig and then import inside a game engine. So that is the overall process. Yeah. I do hard surface modeling for now. I like making cars. Good thing, bro. If that is what you're passionate about, you shouldn't be worrying about how to make a character. Because the thing that I learned the hard way is that you need to specialize in something, whatever you're most passionate about, whatever you enjoy most. And if you follow trends, you will always lose. So, for example, I've always been passionate about learning how to make characters, but I kept delaying it. And instead, I was doing product renders. I thought, wow, product renders is nice. Product renders help you earn a good. It has a high demand. You can easily product render, give product render services on Upwork and other platforms. And yeah, that is what I did for quite a while. But at the end, eventually you get tired, eventually you get bored, eventually it is something you cannot do. You will have a massive burnout if you keep doing things that you're not passionate about. But when you're doing things you're passionate about, you're just having fun, bro. Like right now, someone might consider this, oh wow, Ishaq is working. He's working and he's streaming. That's a lot of work, bro. Making 3 videos a week, that is a lot of work, bro. Not for me, bro. This is what I enjoy. Yeah, sometimes I'm not in the mood to do it. I don't feel like recording a video. I don't feel like streaming. I don't feel like sculpting. But then I have to be disciplined. I have to realize, bro, if I don't do it, then no one else is going to come here and do it for me. And yeah, I just learned this the hard way, bro. You should work hard, so much hard for yourself. Because when I had a job and when my boss called me early in the morning, I would be there. And he would call me on a Saturday, I would be there. But when it was Saturday, another Saturday morning where I didn't have work and I had the perfect opportunity to work on my goals, to learn how to sculpt characters, I would slack. I would procrastinate. I would watch a movie. I would play video games, or I would just do nothing. I would just chill, bro. And then it just hit me like, what am I doing with my life? I'm wasting my dream. If I don't do it, no one else is going to come here and do it for me. So that is when I just started getting up early. I was like, bro, if I can get up at 7 a.m. for this dude and grind my ass for this dude, I can wake up at 5 a.m. for myself and make some time to learn what I'm passionate about. And here we are. I'm just learning and doing the things that I enjoy the most. No more product renders. Would you consider texturing part of trying to specialize in sculpting? A bit, not really. I mean, it depends, bro. It actually depends. If you want to specialize in making portraits, okay, you want to make realistic portraits, just then yes. Yes. But inside a lot of pipelines, they have different people to do different things. They have one person whose job is just to sculpt. They have one person whose job is just to texture. That is it. That is the only thing he does. But it is changing, bro. I mean, this happen only in big companies. Smaller companies, they expect you to know everything. They wanna squeeze you like a lemon until you have no juice left. That actually depends. Let's say if you're doing it for yourself, if you're a freelancer, then maybe yes. Usually there's a texturing artist, then there's a sculptor. But you can think of even in 3D printing, bro, there are people who make the sculpts, and then there are separate people who paint those sculpts when they are printed. So you can have it as a skill set if you want it, but not really. I mean, for me personally, it works. I know of the full pipeline and it really helps me out. It really helps me out. I won't lie to you. It really helps me out. The way it helps me out is when I get a commission project, I can handle the entire pipeline for them. They don't have to hire another person. They don't have different people that they have to ask, oh, how is this going? How is that going? I'm the only person. And it happened to me coincidentally that I was the only 3D artist in two of the companies that I worked in. So I was the only 3D artist there. I was the only artist there. So I had to do everything in the entire pipeline, from modeling to concept to texturing to UV to rigging to animation to environments to props, even UI elements. So I was the only artist there. And it helped me in a way that I learned so much. I learned so much. And also, it really, 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 really improved my efficiency towards things. I'm a very fast worker. I I was the only artist in the team, and we had three developers, and I was the only guy giving all of them assets, anything that they needed for the game. It was crazy, bro. And because I developed such speed, because I developed such speed, I would complete my work and then I would have maybe an hour or 2 hours in between free, sometimes half an hour, where I had delivered all of the assets and I had nothing more to do. And then maybe half an hour later, a developer would message, hey, there's this bug I'm encountering. Can you have a look at this model? Like, yeah, sure, give it to me. If I'm doing the work of 7 departments, I want the budget of 7. Yeah, bro, but that's the thing, bro. You don't get paid for 7 departments. It's like having a Swiss army knife in your team. And yeah, it works in their favor. They don't have to hire 7 different people. And to be honest, I was pretty dumb and I did not know that, oh, this is how you do it. So if I'm doing the work of 7 guys, I have to get paid like 7 guys. And for a very long time, when I was freelancing on Upwork, okay, this actually fired back on me because I would be like, oh wow, bro, I think I need to do hourly projects. I need to do hourly projects so that even if they ask me to do a division, bro, I'm gonna get paid, man. And then I set my hourly rate at $30 an hour, which is a bit higher than the average of what people in my country make. So it was a bit higher than that. And it actually backfired because I was a quick worker, bro. What takes an average artist 5 hours to do, I would do it in 2 hours. And I would make only $60, whereas I could make $150. And yeah, some of the people around me, they were like, hey bro, just slow down your pace, just slow down your work so that you can earn more. But I felt like it's such a sincere thing to do that I know this is going to take me 2 hours and I'm deliberately slowing myself down to make extra money. I didn't find that to be ethical. Also, the other problem that I have with that is that I realized that, bro, if I do that, I'm also wasting my own time because something that I can do in 2 hours, I'll be spending 5 hours doing that. So I never went that route. And then I just thought that, bro, I should only offer project to project. So I will only quote for the complete project and I will not quote them for the hourly rate. So I don't have an hourly rate anymore. I just have a project to project rate. Yeah, it makes sense, bro. Like if you're a fast worker, why should it come at your expense? Why should you be the one to suffer? Why you being fast is a cost to you? It should be a bonus. Like for example, bro, if you go and you want a tailored suit, if you want a custom tailored suit, and you go to the tailor, and the tailor says, "Yeah, this suit is gonna take me 5 days to stitch for you, right? It's gonna take me 5 days to complete the suit for you." And you're like, "No, no, bro, I have to go to a wedding, and the wedding is on Friday. I need it within 2 days." The tailor is gonna charge you more to do the same thing quicker, right? Then why not in freelance? Why not as a 3D artist? Why not charge higher when you're offering the same service at a quicker speed? It's a premium. Getting things done is a premium. If someone wants a service and he wants it fast, it should be a premium. And yeah, that is why I only charge project to project now. I don't go for the hourly thing. You know, you can actually make more money if you're freelancing and you charge project to project. Because let's say something I know is going to take me 2 hours to do, and I quote $250 for it. Okay. That is still reasonable. The other person might still accept. He's going to be like, all right, this is something he thinks it's complicated, but you know it is complicated, but you can do it much quicker. You know this. Okay. And then you charge him $250. He's going to be like, all right, bro, here's your $250. But if you say my hourly rate is 125, he's going to be like, no shit, bro. Good luck. I don't want to work with you. So instead of saying that my hourly rate is 125, just say, I'm going to charge you 250 for this whole thing and do it in 2 hours. What is fun to learn? Yeah, bro. I mean, it's fun to learn new things only if those things are what you are passionate about. If it's work related and you have to do it, then no. There's a difference between wanting to do something and having to do something. So when it's that you have to do it, that is painful. That is painful. Even if it's something that you're passionate to do, okay, and someone makes you do it, it's a different thing. Then you don't want to do it. It's just a very natural human thing. Wanting to do something and then doing it is different. But having to do it every day, that is different. I work on Fiverr and I've been scammed 3 times. I don't know why I keep trusting. Yeah, Fiverr, Upwork, these platforms, bro, they're not worth it anymore. I have been top rated freelancer on Upwork and I canceled my subscription there because it was just getting extremely toxic. The sad thing about Fiverr, Upwork, and these platforms is that the competition there is not on skill. It's not about who's a better 3D artist. It's about who's the cheaper 3D artist. So someone out there is going to offer similar services but for a cheaper price. And most of the clients there, they're going to go for the cheaper option. The bad thing about Fiverr is that Fiverr is advertised to be a platform where you can get things for cheap. So everyone who comes there already has this mindset that, yeah, I want to get this done for cheap. I mean, just go ahead on YouTube, look at the videos of people being like, I compared a $5 Fiverr artist with $100 Fiverr artist, and usually the $20 Fiverr artist is the best one. So why would someone pay more? They watch those videos and then they're like, yeah, let's go on Fiverr, get what we wanted for cheap. It's just how it is. I'm gonna do some fakery over here and make it look like a shiny metal. You are right. Whenever someone comes to me, they always mention, yeah, 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 exactly that. I made a Fiverr account just to see. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm getting really good at sculpting now. I think I should offer my services again. It was crazy the budgets that people were offering for my services, and I was like, nah, bro, thanks. I'll work at McDonald's, but I won't work for you. Slash not left. Where's the crease brush here? What is your favorite outdoor game? The one you usually play to. Bro, I don't play any outdoor games anymore. I used to play cricket a lot, and I also used to play badminton a lot, but nowadays, nothing. But yeah, for activities, I just lift some weights, do some pull ups, push ups. That is it. No outdoor games. Also, during the summers, it's just extremely hot to do anything outside. You can't even sit outside, it's so hot. So, if the weather is chill, sometimes we play badminton on our porch, but yeah, nothing more. What about you? What is your favorite outdoor activity? I think it's, let me take a guess, it's probably gonna be cricket. I play basketball. Nice. We installed a basketball hoop once in our home. I remember me and my cousin, we used to play a lot of basketball then, never after. We started using the that hoop as a pull-up bar, and then we destroyed the ball. The hoop just bent, it came out, and we never got it fixed. And then we never played again. That was the end of our basketball activity. I think we can add some cyberpunkish lines to him. Nah, this doesn't look nice. Or if I mask this and I inverse this, and then I use an inflate brush and then I push it in. Yup, this looks much better. Now there's not one here in the reference. Why not? I've played cricket a lot too, but it's such a boring game. Bro, it's boring if you're the one who's fielding. It's fun as long as you're the one who has the bat or the ball. But if you're just standing there and you're waiting for him to hit the ball and you have to go and fetch it, it's extremely boring. The cricket is only fun if you're the one who has the bat. That is the only time cricket is fun. And there we have it. Our cyberpunkish dude. I'll just see if there are a few more questions, or else we'll just call it a day. And that would be the end of this stream. All right. If there's nothing else, goodbye. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you. Here's a fist bump. Goodbye.